All right, we are live now, guys. What's up, ladies and gents? Hopefully, your Wednesday is off to a great start. Click the like button, subscribe to the station if you're new to it, hit the bell for notifications, and let's start talking about some MLB DFS.
Let's get it, man.
All right.
I have already moved on to the night slate from the day slate, considering I used Logan Allen and did not use the Twins, and they led off the game with back-to-back home runs.
Ouch. Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's a nice summation of it. Ouch. Ouch works.
That'll do it, guys. Speaking of ouch, these poor guys over at Drafters are not going to fill their NFL best ball contest we keep talking about. 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. It locks. It is good. It's only $5 to buy in, $30,000 in prizes. It's only 2/3 full. It ain't going to come anywhere close to filling. If you want easy money, this is where you need to go. Drafters.com. This website's a blast. Sign up. Let us know that you did so and come draft with us every day. I want more players. I want more people I can donate my money to.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can get a drafters today. We'll see if we have the time.
All right, guys. Website link is down below. Weekly and monthly memberships available there. Let's talk about pitching. So we went through the pitching options on members only. There's maybe like 6 guys that you can take a look at tonight. One guy, not like necessarily saying he's the only guy in play, because there's, like I said, there's about 6 of them we're looking at. It is German Marquez of the Colorado Rockies. San Francisco potentially missing their best hitter again, and Yastrzemski possibly not playing. It's a very fair price tag. We like San Fran bats a lot more against lefties, with guys like Posey, Flores, and Evan Longoria all being significantly better against left-handed pitching. He doesn't have the upside of Tyler Glasnow, but his upside rivals anybody else in this slate as far as what he could potentially give you for total points. We haven't seen one of those monster 40-point games that we saw from him a couple of years ago in a while, but he's very capable of it. High strikeout stuff. We like some expensive hitters, so the price tag is nice. And he's got to be happy as hell to get away from Coors Field.
Yeah, gotta like that. San Francisco still potentially missing their best overall lefty in Yaz. Good spot for Marquez, who has nice success in San Fran. We're both big Marquez fans. We've liked him for years. I liked him last time out in Coors. No reason I wouldn't like him here. Again, like you said, there's about 6 guys in play here, so this isn't a lot by any means, but looks like a nice look in all formats at a very affordable price point.
Definitely. And he's looked a little better like each start this year, it looks like.
Yep.
All right, next up. So, cash game lock. Relight the Blue Jays tonight. Plain and simple. We'll get to a GPP guy after this, but the guy that you're going to want to look at in cash games is going to be Biggio. He is, out of all the Blue Jays guys, he's the cheap one. And he's got buying signs big time right now, besides the price tag. And a solid matchup with Fetty. He's dually eligible. So if you want to ride like another chalky third baseman, I'll talk about closer to the end, and play him in the outfield, you can do that. In his last 3 games, he has 2 3-hit games and a double walk game. That's a guy who's starting to see the ball a lot better. We're getting to that point of the season where some of these guys who started slowly, they're starting to get out of that funk, and he appears to be that guy. They get George Springer back tonight, which is nice for them. Not that I think Springer is like, Mike Trout and he changes your offense dramatically, but I think that's kind of an intangible, like a reason for them to get excited today, coming off a monster last night. And also, this is a really good place to hit.
Yeah, for sure. A lot to like about Biggio here. In all formats, you mentioned it. Nice piece of a Toronto stack that looks really good, especially in tournaments. A ton of upside. They obviously got to Scherzer yesterday. We like a bunch of pieces in their lineup. Like you said, we'll get to another one. But Biggio looks like that cog in the machine type in all formats at 4,200.
And so the guy that we're talking about for GPPs is going to be Bo Bichette. He's not to the point of being like an elite player yet, but he's a really good DFS player. He hasn't had a monster start to the season, but he's got 5 bombs. He's a very capable home run hitter. He's capable of stealing a base. And because he's overpriced today, a lot of these expensive Jays bats, I don't expect to get a lot of attention here. And Bo Bichette is definitely one of them. Like, he's going to have a fraction of the ownership at Tatis.
I mean, yeah, I completely agree. He's like 500 more. Most people would argue Tatis is a better play at the same price. But like you said, we like the Jays a lot here. Getting Springer in the lineup adds another element that I haven't had. You're right. Springer's not Mike Trout, but he's damn good in his own right. World Series champion. He might have been MVP. I mean, he's got a ton of. I think he's got the all-time record for home runs in the World Series. So that says something in itself right there. again, Bichette looks really, really like a guy that has a ton of upside here. And like you mentioned, he won't be owned. Expensive at 5,900, but if he hits a home run and gets you an RBI double, that price tag really doesn't matter. So tournaments like him a lot here.
Yeah, he has pop too, man. Like this is a
Big.
guy who can. Yeah, there's definitely big upside. Like he's maybe not like Acuna and Trey Turner as far as upside, but for me, like he's in that second class of players who are going to be riddled with like 15 plus point performances this year.
I'm with it.
All right. So here is the third baseman I was alluding to when it comes to playing cash games. The Yankees, once again, are going to be wildly popular today. And even though they haven't scored a lot of runs the last couple of days, they've been all right. Like we talked about Stanton yesterday, he was good. Homered, threw in a single on top of that, 17 points. He'll take it every single day. Urshela wasn't great yesterday, but at a cheap price tag where he's at again, I think he threw in 7 points yesterday. You can live with that. The Yankees will be popular once again today, and Urshela will be one of the more popular pieces of this stack because of his price tag at 3,200. I kind of think you'll find him in like the 5 hole today, which is a solid spot to be hitting in right here. Good ballpark, easy to afford. Definitely a guy I'm interested in cash games.
Yeah, you talk about a guy that's just too cheap, 3,200 for, like you said, the cleanup hitter, the 5-hole hitter for the Yankees in a good spot in Baltimore against Kremer. I mean, this is a tough fade in tournaments. In cash games, I think you just plug him in and move along with your life.
Definitely very, very affordable at 3,200.
Yeah.
This is a guy who's a positive detriment to your salary cap, which is always something you like.
For sure.
All right, last up, cover board for the day, Joey Gallo. So this is a GPP play, but this is a guy that I'm firmly on board in all formats. Big-time power hitter. Finally got the monkey off his back and homered last night. Kind of projected for like 15 for 25% ownership, where it's like he's not so overwhelming high that you want to stay away in GPPs just to kind of like get him out of your lineup.
Right.
But he's, you know what I mean? Like he's not so low that you don't really think he's like a risky cash game play. He kind of fits into like that middle ground right there. And he's very affordable and, monster upside because he's a double home run waiting to happen at this price tag.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a ton of power, one of the bigger power guys in the league. Very cheap, as you mentioned, 3,700. We like some pieces of Texas, not necessarily want to stack them, like stack the Rangers, like, 1 through 9 here. But Gallo is their top piece, like you mentioned, very, very affordable. His power upside's real. He'll even run a little bit. So at this price point, like him in all formats, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and you could also see like at least getting like a minimum floor out of here where like he walks 3 times tonight or something like that, which isn't great, but it's the zeros in your lineup that really kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's that for today, guys. Members only is already up. If you want it, grab yourself a weekly membership through the website. Let's rock and roll. Have a wonderful Wednesday, guys. We did NBA earlier today, and go have some fun with this one.
Thanks, guys.